Good job, Rodney Gilmore.
What a great play by Gilmore.
One-on-one with a guy that's 50 pounds heavier.
Watch Rod Gilmore. Good play right there by Ferris to make it dip deep. That play was made by Ferris. Tuckle had to dip back, take the momentum out of his run, and then Gilmore, I told you, he'd go down swinging. He is a football player with a lot of heart. 160 pounds, and he pounded him backwards. It's not over yet.
Oh, my goodness. What a football game. 1:34 to go. Stanford has used another timeout. They have only one left when they get the ball, and they're not going to have great field position when they do get it.
Well, as we look back, one thing you have to say, Stanford hurt twice in the last series by a blitz up the middle with John Elway under center. Get him into the shotgun. At least give him time to see that man coming.
Good idea, Coach. We'll see if they do that. R. Punt from his own 30. And he nails one. Mike R. hit one 53 yards. Nice time to do it.
They say the big game brings out the best in everybody. Good effort on that punt.
Want to lose weight and get...
This is what it comes down to. 58 minutes and some odd seconds later. One drive for the Cardinal. Who will win the football game?
Didn't we say it would probably come down to the last minute earlier on? I think we did.
It always does.
1st and 10 at the 20-yard line. 1:27 left. 5-man rush for California. White falls down. A loss of 8. Not the way you want to start off an 80-yard march.
John on a drop back. I don't know why he's under center. Turns out, throws the ball out to White on the swing to let White go to work. White is so dangerous. The turf, it has been raining all week, and he slips.
3-man rush. Everybody else is back. Almost picked off by Plummer, the nose guard. And we're down to 2 plays for the Stanford Cardinal.
Oh, boy.
That Cal bench is really fired up right now.
Oh, they should be, too.
Exhorting the 11 men out there to give it 110% 2 more times.
They call it the worst 6-4 record in football. I sure don't believe it.
This is played like a fine football team this afternoon. California. Elway to throw. Over the middle. Knocked away from Harry by Rogers. Richard Rogers with a big play.
Elway again, straight drop back. He's looking downfield for Harry. He got 6 defensive backs. The ball's got a lot of distance to travel. Rogers at the last second, diving effort, knocks the ball away. Great individual effort by Rogers. And it all comes down to this. 1 play, 53 seconds.
The Bears better not celebrate too soon. Obviously, there will be no punt. There's no way they would even think about it. But here's the game. 4th and 17, back at the 13-yard line. Bears start to peel off. Elway back to throw inside his 5. He's got to get this one. Looks way downfield. He's got it. It is completed the 42-yard line. He did it. Jimmy Stewart and Clement Williams making the tackle. Stanford racing the clock with 45 seconds and 1 timeout left. What a quarterback, John Elway. What a play. Clock running. 40 seconds to go. This one's beginning to look like Mike Langford in 74. Elway puts it up. He's got it. Caught at the 39-yard line. Out of bounds. There's a possibility that that play will not count. Wait a minute. There's a possibility the receiver came back in from out of bounds. At least that's the way we saw it. Yeah, it's no good. No, the play counts. Play counts. So it's 1st and 10 at the 39-yard line. I thought he came in from out of bounds to catch the ball, but nobody called that. So with 31 seconds to go, they still have that timeout left, but still need to get a little further downfield. Here's Elway bringing him up. Pitch back. Breaking to his left is Dotterer. Dotterer may go all the way. He is dropped at the 17-yard line. He's right. He's dropped at the 18-yard line. And now, with 8 seconds to go, Kevin Moen makes the tackle. Stanford calls the timeout and sets themselves up to win the game with a field goal of 35 yards. What a finish. I'll tell you, this is something. And for John Elway to pull this out after being 4th and 17 on his own 13-yard line with less than a minute to go is one of the most remarkable finishes you'll ever see. Harmon's a great kicker. This is a gimme for Harmon from the 35, a 35-yard kick, 8 seconds to go. Mark Harmon, 35-yard kick will win it. Listen to the crowd. Here's the snap. Here's the kick. It is long enough. It is good. Stanford hits it with 4 seconds to go and takes the lead 20-19. Only a miracle can save the Bears as Stanford piles out on the field. Now there will be a 15-yard penalty against Stanford on the kickoff for exuberance is about what it comes down to.
So this is the big game. Awesome flow of emotions back and forth. Great football.
Well, this is some show, I'll tell you. And now, the Bears in a seemingly impossible situation. They have only 1 timeout left. They pretty well have to run it back to save the game. And boy, talk about a heartbreaking way to lose. But what a great way to win if you are a Stanford fan. 8 seconds to go, 35-yard kick by Harmon. It'll go right up there with Langford's kick in 74, which was further, of course, a 50-yarder at the buzzer. The Bears' problem is that although the kickoff will now come from the 25-yard line, it's unlikely that Ford can get the ball and get out of bounds far enough upfield to set up 1 try at the field goal. What a recovery by Stanford. You have to give them all sorts of credit. 4th and 17 at their own 13-yard line, and defeat Sterryman in the face, and they saved it. They pulled it out. What a show. All right, here we go with the kickoff. Harmon will probably try to squib it, and he does. Ball comes loose, and the Bears have to get out of bounds. Rogers along the sideline, another one. They're still in deep trouble at midfield. They tried to do a couple of... The ball is still loose as they get it to Rogers. They give it back now to the 30. They're down to the 20. Oh, the band is out on the field. He's going to go into the end zone. He's going into the end zone. Will it count? The Bears have scored, but the bands are out on the field. There were flags all over the place. Wait and see what happens. We don't know who won the game. There are flags on the field. We have to see whether or not the flags are against Stanford or Cal. The Bears may have made some illegal laterals. It could be that it won't count. The Bears, believe it or not, took it all the way into the end zone. If the penalty is against Stanford, California would win the game. If it is not, the game is over and Stanford has won. We've heard no decision yet. Everybody's milling around on the field. The Bears have won. The Bears have won. Oh, my God! The most amazing, sensational, dramatic, heart-rending, exciting, thrilling finish in the history of college football. California has won the big game over Stanford. Oh, excuse me for my voice, but I have never seen anything like it in the history of I've ever seen any game in my life. The Bears have won it. There will be no extra point.
1982 was the 100th anniversary of Cal football, and the play provided a bizarre ending to a season to remember in Berkeley.
If the band doesn't go on the field, then it's just another play, a very unusual play. All those laterals. But when the band came on the field and he went into the end zone, yeah, no doubt about it. The Stanford, California game in 1982, that is the most unusual play in the history of all football. college, pro, or otherwise.
We learned to play a game called grabat, which is a combination Indian, Mexican, and it's really a free-spirited game with not many rules, in fact, no rules. And we learned to play that game in practice on Sundays where everybody can get a sweat, run as much as you want to run. It's a keep-away type game. We only had 10 players on the field, and as it worked out, successfully. But those 10 men on the field, I believe 5 or 6 of them were ex-high school quarterbacks. They all were receivers or handled the ball in some way. Kevin Moen handled the ball twice. He was an ex-high school quarterback and probably an option quarterback.
I don't think that a touchdown can be scored when you got a whole band on the field. If he runs through 3 trombone guys, a tuba player, and 2 drum players and dodges, and then runs right over a trombone player at the goal line and they call it a touchdown, then yeah, I think that probably shouldn't have been called.
I don't remember the player's name, but he could become President of the United States. When he dies, that will be the second paragraph. The first paragraph will say he ran into the Stanford band in the end zone. That's unbelievable.
After a 1-9 season in 1983, Stanford fired head coach Paul Wiggin, replacing him with John Elway's father, Jack. We certainly hope you enjoyed this presentation of the memorable 1982 showdown between Stanford and Cal. I'm Mike Gleason. Thanks for watching ESPN Classic.
If you